Hi everyone, Kerryn here from Holistic Essentials Therapy and Consulting, bringing to you this week's energy forecast and insights for Monday the 5th of June through until the 11th of June 2023. I have just returned from several weeks away in the beautiful island of the gods and goddesses, Bali. And I spent several weeks in Ubud, and it was so heartwarming and soul uplifting and magical. And I just loved the Balinese people. They were so gracious and so beautiful and so kind. And what I really observed was how incredibly intuitive they are. You know, they're so tuned in to the nature, the land. Their daily lives are infused with rituals and devotion, and everything that they do is so deeply intentional. There is intention that goes into everything that they do. And that spoke so deeply to my soul. It spoke to my Thrive Factor archetype, the shapeshifter alchemist. My Inspire Believer archetype was like singing from the rooftops. I was so inspired by the energy and the vibration that is infused within everything there. We had incredible, magical interactions and meetings with nature and animals and people. And it really got me to thinking that, you know, so much of our lives is operated on autopilot from the moment that we wake up until the time that we go to bed at night. We're just doing everything without actually being consciously aware of our thoughts, of our actions. And most of the time, what we are doing is completely unintentional. And I really was inspired throughout my time away with, you know, as part of the retreat that I attended, we were invited to set daily intentions. And just setting a daily intention allows the opportunity for you to create something different in your day. It allows you the opportunity to open up to new experiences, but it also sends a signal and a message to the subconscious mind. There is an expectation of what you are wanting to experience in that day. So the subconscious mind goes, okay, well, we need to make that happen. And so my invitation to you this week ahead is to just set yourself a daily intention. What is it that you want to experience in your day? Perhaps that's laughter. Perhaps that's a deeper conversation in relationship. Perhaps that's connecting or seeing the magic in the world around you. Perhaps it's actually being more devotional. Perhaps it is connecting more deeply to your intuition and hearing the voice of your heart, or the voice of your higher self. And that's my invitation to you in this week ahead. As we move into this week ahead, we're now in the first week of June. Here in the Southern Hemisphere, we are really we've entered into the winter phase of hibernation. I know for myself, my Inspire Believer, my Thrive Factor Inspire Believer archetype is heavily affected and impacted by the season of winter. And of course, I am a fire sign. I'm a Sagittarian. So I have the two elements or the two factors that amplify how I'm affected in winter. And so as we come into this kind of slowing down inward phase, for those of you in the Northern Hemisphere, you're like singing for joy. It's summer, it's springtime. You know, you've got the light that's coming in, whereas in the Southern Hemisphere, the light is just starting to fade. So for those of you in the Southern Hemisphere, it's really important self-care is important no matter where you are in the world. I think that self-care is a practice that its importance and its resonance is so I want to say that there's a word that's not coming to me right now, but it's underrated and it's understated, and we underestimate, thank you, we underestimate how important it is to infuse self-care into our daily practices, or regularly into our lives. And throughout winter, it's even more important to ensure that you are bringing into your life things that light you up, practices that bring you joy, that bring sunshine, like a metaphoric sense of sunshine, an energetic sense of sunshine into your life, because it's so easy for us to just really get brought down into the grayness of winter, especially where I live in Australia and Victoria. So how can you create sunlight and sunshine in your day? Perhaps it's playing your favorite music and dancing around. Perhaps it's, for you it might be bringing everyone together and creating that heartwarming, heart-nourishing meals for your family. It might be getting together with friends and having conversations that light you up. Whatever it may be, it could be a massage, it could be a healing. Whatever self-care means to you, bring that into a daily practice, because when your cup is full to overflowing, then you are energized. You have enough to give to those that are important to you in your world. You have enough energy and reserve to do the important things in your life that matter to you. In June, the energy is kind of going to be up and down. You'll have moments of feeling action orientated and inspired and energized. And then you may experience that downfall, that feeling of not having energy, of procrastinating, and perhaps even feeling like you're in a bit of a rut. And this is where the self-care will be so important to support you in managing and having a sense of stability, if you like, in the up and down, the influx and outflow of the energy that we may be all experiencing in the weeks ahead. There is also a spotlight on relationship. How is the relationship that you have with yourself? And how are you showing up in your relationships? Are your relationships expansive? Do they allow you to fully express yourself, to be yourself? Are your boundaries respected and valued? Are you feeling that there is growth that is occurring within your relationships? Or are you able to experience your own personal growth within the safety of your relationship? This is what will be highlighted in the week ahead. We also have Venus going into retrograde, and it's entering the sign of Leo. And Venus only goes into retrograde every 18 months or so. And so it will be important. This is occurring on the 5th and the 6th of June. And so take note, pay attention to what is arising within your heart. What is your heart revealing to you? And how is your relationship with your finances? Do you have an abundance mindset? And of course, the way to increase your abundance mindset is through gratitude, literally counting your blessings, giving thanks and gratitude for everything that you have in your world. And something that I am doing is asking, and this is one of my intentions, is giving thanks to the universe for revealing to me the magic and the beauty of the world around me. And as I give thanks to the universe for revealing that magic and beauty of the world around me to me, that also shifts me into an abundance mindset. As Venus goes retrograde, it's also a rare energy to work with. And it's heart energy, it's heart frequency, and it'll be a time of heart opening. So this will be occurring later in the month. And So what I'm feeling and what I'm being shown is that as we move into the early part of June, it is a time for us to connect in with our hearts, to really work with the heart frequency, to work with your heart chakra, and to allow to tune in, literally ask for the wisdom of your heart each day. What would my heart have me do? What would my heart have me say? The heart at its core is unconditional love. And so this will be an opportunity for you to be working on healing old heartbreak, old heart wounds, or current heartbreak and current heart wounds. And also offering you the chance and the opportunity to heal the wounds of the heart so that you can open your heart to more fully receive love as well as more fully give love. As we also move into the week ahead, what I'm feeling, what I'm being shown is that there's a lot of polarity that is around. There's potentially a lot of ego, I want to say voices, behaviors. I'm getting the word egoic. And so what I translate that to mean is that then you may find yourself in your interactions in the week ahead being faced with people who are very much in their ego. They're not in their heart. They're not in their, I want to say, they're the fullest version of who they could potentially be. And if we think about the ego, it's triggered very much by fear, by scarcity, by lack, jealousy, judgment, all of that, anger. It's pain, fear, hurt, and suffering. And what I'm hearing is that you are being asked and invited to take a step back and to review or view the situation from a place of heart-centeredness and asking, what would love do? What would love have me say? What would love do? How would love have me see this person, this situation? And to detach yourself from the reactiveness of your ego. So egos around you in the week ahead have the potential to trigger your ego, to drop you back down into a lower vibration, and to not to respond from the version of who you are. You've done all the work, you're doing the work. And this is an invitation for you to step back into that heart space and ask your higher self, ask your guides, ask the universe to raise you up above the vibration of the situation around you so that you can view the truth, what's really going on. And I will guarantee you 9 times out of 10, it's actually got nothing to do with you. And it's got everything to do with what is going on with that other person or that other situation. And if we're not mindful of our energy, if we're not mindful of the places that we're going to, then we can very easily be dragged into drama that really is not serving you in any way. So that's a very big message for this week ahead. And I'm just asking for what is the energy that we can work with? What is the energy that we can tap into to support us in navigating what may come up for us in the week ahead? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, star gathering. How amazing is this? Love it. Stars aligned, remembering home and soul family. So what can support you energetically in this week ahead is remembering that you are a divine soul that is here having a human experience, and you have access to connect to the angelic realm, to connect to spirit, to connect to the vibrational frequency of Mother Earth, to connect to your guides. There's the message here that you're not doing this on your own, and there are members of your soul family who you have around you, who you can reach out to for support, to have expanded conversations, to get together and talk all of the out there things that you love, that you maybe don't have the opportunity to discuss freely in your current environment, and that's okay. Every person in your world has a role to play, and part of that role may be just keeping you grounded here in the human experience, while you still have the opportunity to, they're showing me like a kite, right? So you have people around you where you can fly high in your conversations and expand your consciousness and tap into otherworldly realms and still come back into this human experience of being grounded. Heart energy. What is the heart energy of the week ahead? Oh, seeing the potential, the seas of Mintaka, seeing potential and bringing unconsciousness to light. We have Pluto moving into retrograde. Pluto is in retrograde in Aquarius at the moment and will shift back into Capricorn on the 11th of June. So this is a further opportunity to bring to the surface that which is unconscious, but it's also an invitation to celebrate and acknowledge how far you have already come in the transformations that you have already experienced in your life, especially since 2008. So this is where your heart is at in this week ahead. Take time to acknowledge your personal, spiritual, emotional growth, to see how far you've come in your life and celebrate that. To celebrate that. To celebrate all of who you are, all that you've experienced, all that you've overcome, the growth that you have had. Okay, so I'm asking for an Ascended Master. Who is the Ascended Master that wishes to be available? They're always available. But wishes to reveal itself for us to connect in with and work with in the week ahead, as we navigate all of the energies and all of the stuff. Oh, Mercury. How appropriate. Open communication. Get a weight off your chest. Speak up with love and be heard. And this is so beautifully aligned, in how we speak and show up in our relationships, how we speak to ourselves, how we want to show up in the world. So you can work with the Ascended Master, the energy of Mercury, to support you in your communications in the week ahead. So I hope that those messages serve you well. As always, please be kind and gentle with yourself. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. Namaste. Blessed be.